All right. We have a special Hustle Harder today because we're going to be giving 2 awards out. These guys I've known for a long time, one of them longer than the other. But Tom, why don't you introduce both of them?
Well, yeah, we kind of missed on the Hustle Harder. Been a little bit, so we decided to do 2. But the reason why we're doing 2 is because these 2 guys, they really complement each other well. And the 2 individuals are Nic Matchen and Stephen Gibson from the Boise yard. They work together in our ferrous processing, running equipment, mobile baler, the Cinnambogan, excavators. They're pretty much jack of all trades out there.
Yeah, and Matchen's has been with us for a very long time.
8 years.
8 years. So, refresh my memory. Where did he start when he started with us?
Nic just started, what we call as a metal handler, entry-level position. Nic's background actually, wasn't really even blue-collar. I think he was a nurse.
I think he did nursing. I think he did some cooking, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm
I think.
sure.
Yeah,
that might be his son.
It's been a little while, but when he came in, Nic just had an open mind and he just started learning. Got on the baler, started learning the baler, and just on the non-ferrous, and then eventually we got him moved into running more heavy equipment, and he just took it, ran with it. And Nic is our manager on the ferrous side, in Boise, and he's done really good. But one of the things that he did well, though, is when we hired Stephen. About 2.5 years ago, Stephen started working for us, and we brought Stephen in, and we just kind of moved him a few places, and then he had a knack for operating equipment.
Did he have experience?
I believe he did. Yeah,
bit?
he had a little bit. Steve's from Texas, so he has a pretty good background and hard worker. So yeah, he got in, and Nic, to his credit, really trained him right and has developed them, and they've just. Heck of a job. You go out there on a given day and see the piles that they deal with, especially in Boise. At some of our other yards, it's bigger, has more acreage where they can, put stuff. So those 2 guys, they have to be efficient on the ball. And, of course, there's other employees that help them, but the 2 of those employees together, Steve and Nic, it's amazing what they push out, and they ship on a month, on a day basis.
Oh, and on the tonnage per month, it's just increased, year in, year out, and they just keep up with it. You wouldn't think that they can do 1,000 tons out there in that iron yard, but there's months out there where they're pushing 1,000 tons out of there, and I get compliments on both of them from so many different people. They'll shoot me text messages, call me like, "Hey, those guys in the iron yard are amazing," because they'll spend hours getting their shit loaded in their trailers, and then those guys will just literally pick it out so gentle, and it really is amazing.
Yeah, what's kind of cool too is that that yard, it's kind of, when you think about the old saying, work smarter, not harder, and I think that applies to both of them, and especially Nic. A couple of years ago, Brett, it was really wanting to kind of reorganize and redesign that ferrous layout with Brett Wells. Brett Wells had a big part in that as well, but Nic had a lot of ideas to bring to the table and key thoughts into a lot of people. But the thing that was cool was Nic had a lot of ideas, and he lives it, he works it, and he had a good idea. And to Brett's credit, and Eckhart and Brett Wells and everyone's credit, we kind of developed on Nic's ideas, and he had a lot of input, and then we got things organized. The company put a lot of financial investment into pouring concrete and organizing it. But man, that thing just flows good now. Where we can have dedicated customer drop-offs and then dedicated lanes where we load trucks. It's just made the world a difference.
And even the tow, like the car area.
The car area.
We got the car area. You got that back alleyway where our trucks get loaded.
Yep.
So they're not in the way of our customers, and I think Nic was a big part of that happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
really, in my estimation, and just watching what's kind of happened throughout the couple of years, what a success story. But the thing is, you can draw up the best plans, but if you don't have the people to execute those plans, you don't even have a good plan at that point. So
it's all about the people. And kudos to both of them. Congratulations to both of you, and we'll be coming to tell you soon.
All right, cool.
Thanks, everybody. Hey, Sky.